Hi everyone, you're with Lucy from Artshed Angel, and today I'm going to show you another card using my beautiful new stamps that are being created at Couture Creations. So I'm going to do something different with alcohol inks this time. I'm going to do like a checked background, and I'm using indigo, which is a normal ink, alcohol ink, and I'm using the pearls in Tranquil and Celestial. And you can see here, you can paint with alcohol inks. It's not just for doing little drops here and there. And what's really great is when you do this, you can see all the colours underneath. So you can do beautiful checked patterns and swirls and things like that. So it's more than just doing drops on a background. So you can see here that I'm just doing the same colours in a row both ways. Now the next thing I'm going to do is a bit of fun. I take a little bit of the alcohol blending solution on a clean brush and I splatter that over the background, and you can see there it gives it a really nice effect. And beautifully, any of the purples or the indigo has kind of a pink base, so you can see that coming through. Now I am so excited about these tags. So these are tag dies designed by me, but it's not just a normal tag die. There's 3 sizes, and that's the flat one and the straight edge one. Now this is the one I'm excited about, the decal edge, and I'm cutting this out this time in self-adhesive Yupo paper, which Couture Creations has out. It's a really nice thick paper, and I'm putting it through the cut, power and emboss machine, and it cuts it out, and you'll see how these will go beautifully together. They've been created to buy both sets, and you can see here you've got that lovely deckled edge, and I love the tag around it. I love tags because you can put them on cards, and this card I'm going to be putting the tags on it. So this time with the tags I'm going to be putting some inks down, and this time I'm using Enchanted, Villainous and Intrigue, and they're all the pearl ones. Make sure before you start that you give them a really good shake, because you don't want all your pearlescent to be at the bottom. They have a little steel ball in them, so if you can't hear that, your ink's stuck in the bottom. So you can see here I'm just adding more of the ink, adding more of the blending solution to get just a coloured background that's kind of nice and textures. And here I'm adding the purple to the bottom and blowing it further up. The straw I use is just to help me blow in a direction that I want it to go. And you can see there it's like little tendrils coming up from the bottom in the purple. So I dry it off with a hairdryer because I don't want it to warp. And now I'm going to stick these onto their backgrounds. So I'm going to use one of my stamps. The new stamp set I've got is Lovely Dragonflies, and I really love dragonflies. I'm often saving them in my studio, so I wanted to do some dragonflies. And I'm using the Precision Stamp Press, and I'll be using black StazOn ink. Now I use StazOn again, I think I said in another video, because it does dry on Yupo. Yupo is a synthetic paper, so you need it to be able to dry, and that's why you can't be too hot with your heat gun on it. And I'm just going to put some paper under here so that when I use the press, it doesn't make the background dirty. I just love that I can make decisions with my stamps, and that's one of the reasons I like the polymer stamps now, because I can make a decision of where I want it to be. Now I did some Yupo paper earlier that is in the same pinks, but it had a lot more of the alcohol blending solution, so it's not nearly as dark. And I thought to myself, I'm going to layer these dragonflies. So with this here, I'm just going to cut that dragonfly out, and I'm going to layer it over the top of the other ones, because the background ones are quite dark, and also so that I could have the whole dragonfly, which is going to be a little bit off the tag, but this is going to make a really nice card front, probably using that lovely check we just did. So again, I'm going to do that with the other dragonfly. So when I make cards, it's pretty random. I decide as I'm going what I'm going to add. So this is just a good example of making different decisions and going, no, I think I need to do this now. And that's I thought the other dragonfly would look great too, and I do like the softer pink behind them. I might, when the card is finished, even add some glitter to them, to their wings. So there we have it. You can see that they stand out more now. But I do love that beautiful background behind them. Now what I'm doing now is using alcohol ink blending solution and just doing little dots in the background, and what it does is it pushes the ink out and you end up with these lovely little dots and that are lighter. And I'm also going to do the second tag size. I really love the fact that there's 3 sizes in these tags and they all have that deckled edge. And these are the other dragonflies from the actual set. So I think, I'm not sure whether I want to use them all, or what I think is nice to do in a situation like this is, if I was to give a gift, I would put one of the tags on the gift, one of the tags I'm going to use to make a card, and the other tag I could use for another purpose. But if you're giving 2 gifts, you could use both tags as part of the gifts. So I'm just using the Hugs and Kisses stamp. So now I've finished stamping with these dragonflies and all the elements. I'm just looking at it and thinking it needs a little bit something else, and so I'm going to use a Signo Broad pen, and I'm going to do a little bit of detail on these little dragonflies. And you just need a pen, a permanent pen, and I'm using a Signo Broad here, just to add a little bit of detail. Now I didn't need to do this, it looked perfectly fine before, but I like to doodle. I'm a bit of an art journaler. So I'm adding little touches to this, to the other tags. Now I've used sari silk, and I've now applied that to that nice checked background. So this will be a card for a gift, and the larger of the other 2 tags, or both the little tags, if I had a couple of presents, will be tied to the actual gift. So it's really nice. I have to say I really, really love these die cut tags. They're one of my favourite things at the moment. So have a look, and please like my page if you enjoy the videos, and I will be making more. Thank you. You're with Lucy.